Hello everybody, welcome back to the highlights of day 5. 5 days done, 1 day to go. And joining me and Dan Jervis tonight is Katy Shanahan, who's only gone and won 3 medals, 2 gold and 1 silver. That's not a bad haul, Katy.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with this week. It's been one of my best trials I've done, so I'm just really happy to have booked my ticket on the plane, getting the 2 qualification times and doing a PB in my 100 backstroke. I'm over the moon, so it's kind of a relief now to know that I'll be going to Singapore in the summer, and yeah, I'm just really happy with this week.
Katy, you've had such a wide range of events this week. How have you trained properly for it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm kind of used to the busy schedule and the different schedules because, well, most of my swimming career I've been doing IMs, the backstrokes or freestyle type thing, so yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of doing everything in training and stuff, but Ben's had a really good plan for me, which has been good, obviously, and I trust him completely to know what he's doing, and it's worked, so yeah.
You do such a wide range, and obviously backstroke you are just ridiculously good at. What would you like to focus on in the future? Yeah,
I mean, backstroke's definitely my favourite stroke and event. I love doing the 2 medley, so I'd say probably the 100 backstroke. I'd love to get under that sub 60 mark. So I think maybe, yeah, definitely towards summer anyway, working on my speed and hopefully getting a bit quicker than that, yeah.
You were so close to that as well, but when you say you want to work on your speed, what does that actually mean for like people like me that have no idea what you do in training?
Yeah, so kind of getting that, well, a more powerful stroke, so I'm able to swim a bit quicker, especially in something like the 100. You know, my stroke for the 100 compared to the 200 is quite different, rates and counts and underwaters and stuff, so definitely getting more powerful in the water and outside the water as well, so that I can go a bit quicker in that event.
And are you buzzing for Singapore?
Definitely, yeah. It's somewhere that I've not been, but I've heard it's a lot of fun and a really good place to go. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited.
And what would your perfect World Championships be? I know it's a few months away, but you'll be looking forward to that now. So what's going to be your main goal?
Definitely to go and get some PBs and swim, well, hopefully a bit quicker than I have here. But you know, kind of just to enjoy it again. It'll be my 2nd World Championships, and I think just getting the experience and stuff of racing all the other girls is just kind of the most important thing. But yeah, to get some PBs and hopefully near the podiums and doing better than I did last World Champs, that was probably the aim.
And look, I know you and Abby are really good friends, aren't you? What's it like racing against her? Because it is you two are like all the time next to each other.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously outside the water she's one of my best friends, which is really nice. So it's good racing her in the 200 IM. I know that she's obviously such a strong 200 medley swimmer, and she has been for most of her career. And you know, she'd push me on the breaststroke and the fly, and I'd push her on the backstroke. And you know, her underwaters and her skills are absolutely phenomenal. They're definitely top class. So it's something that I'm definitely striving towards getting better at and stuff. And you know, she definitely inspires me to be there and push on in the event.
Amazing. And what do you think of this man in commentary this week? I'm asking everyone to rate him out of 10.
Oh, 10.
Brutal. Well, thank you. Very generous.
Like 0.
I imagine.
Really haven't been enjoying it, Dan. Awful.
No, I think he's been doing such a good job. You know, I've been watching most nights and I've not been racing, and he's definitely a natural. So you are, Dan. So yeah, I'd give you a big 10 out of 10.
Oh,
so yeah.
Thank you, Katy.
That is
Thank
amazing.
You so
Well, Katy won silver in the women's 200 metre IM. Let's check this race out.
Abby Wood, the fastest seed in 4, with Shanahan in 5. But with Phoebe Cooper in 2, in 3, Leah Schlossen, Abby Wood and Katy Shanahan in 4 and 5 got some work to do, and Emily Smith also very good in the centre. But Abby Wood's technical stuff, the starts and turns, utterly brilliant, and she really does take, probably if you add it all up, close to 1.5 metres, 2 metres off the rest of the field, just on the starts and turns.
Ooh, Andy, you should have seen her dive then. She was half a body length coming up at 15. Now coming into the first turn, Abby Wood leads with a 27.59, followed quite closely is Schlossen 27.95. Now we're really going to see Schlossen pull back on this backstroke.
Well, that was an excellent fly and into the backstroke phase. Coming back is Shanahan. Not surprisingly, really, gold on the 100 backstroke, gold on the 200 backstroke, and she's really eaten into that lead. I think she's going to have to be ahead if she's going to win at this halfway mark, because Abby Wood's been an Olympic finalist in 200 breaststroke and in the 200 IM, so she's got some work to do. Over first, it's 59.89, 0.2 outside of the British record, Siobhan O'Connor's British record at that halfway. Excellent breaststroke as well. This could go here. Wouldn't it be great if she went 2:06? I can't see that, but I can see two swimmers underneath that consideration time at 2:10 most comfortably.
Yeah, now they would have been able to see where they are, especially in between the lanes next to them on that backstroke and their peripherals. But in the breaststroke, they lose touch of where they are in the field because they are looking directly forward.
Well, Leah Schlossen's breaststroke's been very good up there in lane 3, but look how far ahead she is. Almost a body length ahead is Abby Wood. Abby Wood is really swimming well here. Katy Shanahan's going with her. Wood's already won the 400 metres individual medley gold medal here. Can she win the 2 as well? Shanahan's catching her. Shanahan's definitely catching in 5, but Abby Wood, she's still got about a metre and a half lead here. Abby Wood right in the centre in lane 4, won gold on that 400, and she was bronze medalist on the 200 metres freestyle. She's going to add a gold on this 200 medley. 2:08.95, a Singapore qualification time for Abby Wood, winning gold in the women's 200 medley, and an excellent swim from Katy Shanahan in silver medal position, going 2:09.88. So two swimmers, yes, under 2:10. I was a little bit wrong on Abby Wood's time, though. I thought she'd go 2:09. She's ducked under it by 15/100ths. Leah Schlossen, the bronze. What a race that was by Abby Wood.
Yeah, congratulations to Abby Wood. A ridiculously strong swim from her to take gold. She was chuffed with it. It was a PB as well. And thanks to Katy for joining us here poolside. Love talking to Katy, and she is a ridiculously phenomenal swimmer as well. Let's talk about the men's 800-metre freestyle now. Tyler Melbourne Smith, he got a PB, win the gold medal. He won the gold medal. He was brilliant there, but he wasn't very happy with his time, Dan.
He wasn't too happy with his time. You're right, Betty. But you know, it is quite frustrating where that 8 minutes he wanted to get below that, and he was just above it. Still an amazing time, but I can see why he was a little bit disappointed. But he's still really young, and so he's got so much time to break that. And when he does break it, you'll just see his time drop like that.
Yeah, it was really interesting, isn't it? I also heard you on commentary when you were talking about Tyler's race. You said that there's a point when you sort of feel like you're going to get a PB. I asked him that. He said he never knew he was going to get a PB. But in your experience, talk us through that. Like, what was it like when you knew you were going to get a PB?
I just felt like you have a good feel of the race. When you, in distance swimming, you have time to look around. You shouldn't. I mean, your coach is like, focus on your race, but let's be real. We're all looking round. I was anyway. I was looking at the other 7 boys in the race. But, you know, you can see yourself far ahead. You can see yourself far ahead, and you can hear the crowd. They say that when your head's under the water, you can't hear anything. This is a loud crowd here in London. You can hear it all. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a good telltale that you're doing pretty well. You're on PB.
Okay, interesting. The women's 100-metre butterfly para-final was brilliant, and it was FAYE Rogers, who we've seen a lot of this week, that picked up that gold medal. She got a European record as well, but all of the finishes on the podium, so FAYE and silver and bronze, all got under that Singapore consideration time. It was a brilliant race. Let's check it out.
Baronius was fastest into this final, but of course it's not all about the time, it is about the points, how close the swimmers can get to the standard time for their classification. She's based roughly on a world record mark, and FAYE Rogers, well, she had a fantastic points total, 1,045. That's going to be very, very difficult to beat by any of these swimmers. Masco out very, very fast indeed. 29.78 for her, ahead of Newman Baronius, and Rogers out in 30.35, and that is faster than the European record time that she did this morning. So she's on course for a European record again, Faye Rogers, if she can hold this pace. She's coming up alongside Olivia Newman-Baronius and Poppy Maskell. It's going to be a very, very close finish indeed from these three swimmers. The European record for Faye Rogers was 104.51, and she's improved it, 104.17 for Faye Rogers. Another European record for Faye Rogers. What a great swim that was. What a good swim from Olivia Newman-Baronius and from Poppy Maskell as well, all in the 900-point range. Oh, what a quality field that was.
Faye Rogers has genuinely been one of my favourite swimmers to watch this week. She's an absolute machine, and she's broken 5 records, Dan, this week so far. We haven't even finished the championships. 5 records broken for Faye Rogers. And I asked her, like, what have you been eating? Anything special? She just can't believe she's done it.
I know, coming away with 5 records, I'd be pretty happy as well. But if I was any of the other swimmers competing this week, I'd be going up to her and asking her what she's eating.
Yeah, what have you been doing, Faye? Have you ever been in that position where you've gone into a championships and you are just doing so much better than you anticipated?
Oh yeah, many times, many times. And you find those good swims come when you're most relaxed. Now, she had a good swim on day 1. She broke 2 world records on day 1. Pretty decent, I'd say. So she could just enjoy the rest of the week. I think that's why she's swimming so well. Yeah,
congratulations to Olivia and Poppy as well, who were under that Singapore consideration time too. The women's 100-metre butterfly final was incredibly tight. Kiana McGuinness took this. She got gold in the 200 fly as well. She's been very, very impressive.
Very, yeah. She's had an amazing race. She's had an amazing week already, obviously, in this 100 fly. She is more of, I can't say distance swimmer when it comes to fly, but she does the furthest fly swim. She won gold in that, so she was coming down in distance. So it was interesting to see that she had the speed. Now, we did see Eva Acaro in that as well, who won the bronze medal. It was interesting to see
Joint bond.
Yeah, exactly. It was interesting to see her step up as well and double her distance.
Yeah, Eva is quite a special athlete, I think. She's still so young, but she's so powerful.
Yeah, I used to swim with Anna Hopkin, who we saw here tonight. Recently retired Anna Hopkin. Now, her nickname was the Pocket Rocket, and I think that nickname has now just gone over to Eva.
Yeah, she's grabbed it. She's taken it. Over to the men's 200-metre breaststroke then. Greg Butler took this gold medal. That was close, though. Did you expect Greg to snatch that?
I did. I knew he was on fire this week already. He's already got he's already won the gold in the 100-metre breaststroke. He's already on the plane to Singapore on that 4x100 medley relay. So he went out like a rocket. He wasn't letting anyone pass him. It was great to watch.
When I spoke to him earlier after the heats, he said that the key to being a good breaststroker is keeping everything really as smooth as possible, but going really fast. How do you do that?
I don't know. I wish he'd told me that when I was swimming, because my breaststroke was abysmal.
Good. On to the men's para 50-metre freestyle then. Matt Redfern took this gold, and he came 4th in the 100. He said he wasn't very happy, obviously, in that 100, but he fixed everything that he needed to for the 50. How impressed were you with him?
Absolutely, I think it's great. And I think it's great when athletes go away from a race. Maybe there's something they need to work on. Maybe they think they're not happy with something. They come back, they nail it, because that's exactly what they're going to need to do this summer in Singapore. OK, well, it's time to check out one of the most anticipated races today. This one was a good one. Before we talk about it, we'll show you. It's the men's 50-metre freestyle.
Oh, great reaction to the gun from Proud in 5, as did Jacob Mills in 4. Well, possibly even a better start from Painter in 6. This is quick, it's very quick indeed. Proud now getting into his stroke. It's a no breather from Proud here. He will not breathe down this full 50R. He looks very good indeed. As long as he can keep this going, the goal is his. Mills coming back at him in 4, but 5 I think is going to be Proud, and it is 21.67. That's an outstanding time when he's pre-selected. Didn't need to do the time of 21.88. But he's destroyed that by 21.100, which on a 50 is an awful long way. And the good news for me is Jacob Mills has consolidated that sub-22 with another one. He's got 21.99 this time. Alexander Painter third, 22.01 with Cahoon fourth. Jacob Whittle fifth. Wow, what a swim that was.
Gold medal again for Ben Proud. He actually went into that second fastest in the heats, which I don't think he's very used to doing, is he? But it didn't matter because he went out like a rocket.
He did. He I was watching his dive and he really pulls back when the announcer says, take your marks. A bit like an arrow, and he really does shoot off like one. He entered the water like an arrow, like a needle. Nothing was in his way. He was so streamlined through that water. As we've said many times today, you blink, you would have missed that race.
And the 50, because it's so fast, it's all down to those little things that you just adjust. And you were saying on commentary that his starts are always so good, but also he doesn't breathe for the whole race.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's only in the water for about 21 seconds, so there's not necessarily time to breathe. You do see in competitions as well.
Others breathe though, don't they?
Some do breathe,
Yeah.
but I think it is generally the 50 swimmers don't breathe. There's no need to breathe in that length of swim. But you know, as you just said, every aspect of that race you've got to have perfect, because if you have one little muck up, you could come last. That's how close the race finishes in the 50s.
Yeah, and it was so close. Jacob Mills, 17 years old, got that silver medal. I can't believe how young he is, and I also can't believe how good he is at that age.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic progression. His progression really has been like this. I don't think there's any sign of slowing down either.
Do you know what? I think it's excellent for him that he's racing against someone like Ben Proud. He can learn off Ben Proud, and Ben's so kind as well. He talks to him a lot, and that's really good. But it's also good for Ben as well on the other side, isn't it? Because you've got Jacob that will be pushing Ben to get even better.
Absolutely, and I just got to say about Ben, you know, he's a lovely guy. He walks in, he looks like a mannequin walking through the pool. But he's genuinely a gentle giant, such a nice guy. I've shared a room with Ben a few times. I don't know why they put us together. He's a 50 swimmer. I couldn't be further away. I'm a distance swimmer. I'm stood next to him. I look as if I need a good meal.
Did you have Did you have anything in common? Yeah, what's Ben like, actually?
A genuine, like a lovely person. Really easy to talk to, really supportive.
He strikes me as somebody that on camp would pack his slippers and his dressing gown and be reading his book in bed. Is that true, or is that an unfair judgment? Not that that's bad, because that's what I would do.
I mean, what happens on camp stays on camp.
Over to the women's 200 metre IM para final. This one, I think, was one of my favourite races because there was just pure emotion, so many amazing stories. But Bethany Firth took that bronze medal, and she gave birth to her child 8 months ago.
Oh. I know, I can't imagine what an 8 months she has had, though.
I know, but I loved her interview afterwards when I spoke to her, because she said that, you know, you can be a mum and you can still swim on this level, and what a precedent she is setting for other people, but also her child.
Absolutely, there will be girls and women watching her, looking up to her, and it's great to have a role model like her.
Yeah, absolutely. FAYE took silver. FAYE hasn't stopped all evening. She must be absolutely knackered. And also congratulations to Brock Whiston. She won that gold. She just missed out on that Singapore consideration time, which she was absolutely gutted about.
Yeah, I don't think she should be gutted, though. She's got another chance this week, but, you know, her interview was so passionate. I actually found it really emotional, but, you know, as we just said, she's got another chance this week. She can take positives from that race. She can nail it.
Let's hope she does. Good luck to her. Well done to all the medalists. It has been another very busy day on day 5, hasn't it, Dan? Have you enjoyed it?
Absolutely loved it. But I've loved the other 4 as well.
I know, and I can tell you've been very busy because you've got beads of sweat on your face.
Woo! Boiling.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for our last one.